time. Let's go.
We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing. Getting with the coverage, we loving it all day. Picking up the news, tell us wherever the ball lay. With the NFL, NBA, they box so. Sports news in the hands of a man with fair takes. Tell them, coach, statistics and realness that's being spoke. Either hit it for the win or they hitting the goal posts. Either way, we woke up to the news of the day. Any kid he could call it, he like to talk it out with Ray. Fast breaks down the lane, they better move out the way, or they pulling from perimeter. Curry bury the trade, yeah they got it. Woo! Duval with the hottest, Chris and Dev like the master, and mix it up like it's Logic being modest. They been looking for that real, trying to get it feel. Sports podcast, they running back on the real. That's a steal, yeah. They never sick, but they ill. Real sports talk going, deliver, signed and sealed. We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing.
And we are here live, and we are ready for an exciting evening here on Real Talk with my man Dev. What's going on, bro?
What's happening with you, my guy? What it is?
Glad to be healthy. I can't thank God enough for just being healthy. No torn ACLs over here. Some health scares around the league. So I'm just really thankful that it's not my team this year and it's not me individually. So yeah, overall can't be too upset from that regards. But let's get to that. Some injuries. Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley in a contract year. And I want to call him Stephon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs. Torn ACL as of today. He is out for the season. I guess my question for you is, which injury do you think is going to have the biggest impact? Chubb in Cleveland, Diggs in Dallas, or Saquon? And Saquon didn't tear his ACL, but he's out for a couple weeks. Or Saquon and the Giants.
I'm gonna go with Diggs and the Cowboys because I felt like once they had brought Stephon Gilmore over, it was pretty much match made in heaven for him because he's a gambling cornerback, and I feel like that Stephon Gilmore can most definitely hold his side down since he wants to be that gambling quarterback. But now, with him being out, that's a big blow to the defense. Now you really don't have to kind of key on both sides of the field. You can kind of take a chance of going on the other side of the field where Diggs is normally on and try that their second string cornerback to see is he worth that pick. But I think it's going to really hurt Dallas defense. Now I think that now you're going to have to see Michael Parsons really do way more than he was already doing now. He's most definitely going to have to hold that defense down and keep making that defense kind of scary as what they are right now.
Yeah, I definitely think that's going to be a big difference. We saw Gilmore, I think, had a pick in the last game. So I definitely agree with that sentiment. But as someone who has been all in on Cleveland,
I don't know why.
Well, I was good to go. And then arguably the best running back in the league tore his ACL like the first quarter.
So do you think that was a dirty hit that Fitzpatrick did? Or do you think that the NFL kind of put it in that perspective because the way that you can only hit in certain areas? You know what I mean? So what you think about that hit?
Nah, I don't. I think it was unfortunate. I think we see it happen all the time. In this very game, we probably seen somebody engage with a tackle and somebody come in and try and hit him low. Like Nick Chubb is a very strong, stout running back. If you were going to tackle him, they always tell you don't tackle up high. It was, I think, a third down play. Like it was just kind of it's a freak accident. It's the wrong place, wrong time. So no, I don't see that as dirty. Now in the Washington game, the shot that Logan Thomas took, that was dirty.
Yeah.
That was uncalled for, and that was a captain. Daniel Jones gets sacked on 3rd and 2. Currently, San Francisco's up 10-3, just for those viewing audience. And so for me, it was just unfortunate. By unfortunate, I mean it derailed everything I said about Cleveland. So I'm pretty sure the division is a giveaway now. Like you should be feeling amazing.
You still gotta keep my head on the swivel for Cincinnati. We gotta see if Cincinnati can actually bounce back from this 0-2, which they kind of did the previous years. But right now, yeah, I don't really see no competition in the division right now. I can see, I can see that Cleveland could have been the team that can stay in the game because they got that. Nick Chubb is arguably top 5, top 3 running backs in the league. But now you take that away from Deshaun Watson. Now I feel like Cleveland is going to be all in on Deshaun Watson, trying to do everything. And honestly, I didn't have Cleveland coming out that division. I still feel like Cleveland was going to be that basement team because I just feel like I don't know what they're missing, but they're missing it. I just can't really put my finger on it, what they really missing.
Yeah, that's the flip side to this, the good and the bad for me. I've been and continue to be a Deshaun Watson fan and supporter, and this is it. This is why they paid you all this money. We gave you last year for the most part as a mulligan. Yes, ideally, we would love for you to have a premier running back. Like, duh, everybody wants that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are the most or second most, because couple people have gotten paid since whatever, his guarantee is the highest guarantee of all time.
Right.
Without Nick Chubb, you should be able to take us to the playoffs. Like at minimum,
be competitive in that division.
My issue more so with Cleveland and where I think Nick Chubb's injury is most important, outside of Amari Cooper, there's nothing outside. Like Njoku has not done whatever he was supposed to do. And I don't know who the rest of them guys are, but it's Amari Cooper or bust, and Amari Cooper's hurt. He played through a quad injury, but he wasn't him. So that is why I feel like the Nick Chubb thing is a bigger issue because I don't think they have enough pass catchers, and Deshaun holds the ball too long. So I think it doesn't set up the best for them, in my opinion, and it's just really an unfortunate situation.
I honestly, all these injuries, even Saquon's, even J.K. Dobbins, that really kind of killed the momentum for the Ravens, in my opinion. Because
he get hurt every year though.
And I felt like this was going to be his year. I was like, man, he took his time. He went back, got the second surgery to make sure that, he was able to run better and everything. I was like, this is his year. And when I see him limped off, I said, oh, that could be potentially the last time I see my guy in the Ravens uniform, man. And that sucks. But the Cowboys, the way that defense was just so dominant the first 2 games, that's why I kind of went with Diggs. Because I felt like Diggs, he's going to be a key part miss out of that defense. And now, since you don't have to really worry about Diggs gambling or actually jumping routes and stuff like that, you only got this key on Parsons, really. And if you can control Parsons and make sure you have body on him at all times, you're not going to stop him because Shorty just a freak of nature. You know what I mean? But at least trying to be competitive with him. Slow him down just a little bit. Don't let him get no free rushes. I think that will hurt Dallas defense, and you put more pressure on Dak Prescott now to come out here. He has to throw about 30-something points a game now if your defense is not whole like how it was the first 2 weeks.
That's actually a really good point. I did not really factor the Dak piece in, but yeah, the pressure kind of goes to the offense because if the defense isn't, I think they have the number one points margin like in NFL for 2 weeks. So if your defense is maybe starting to give up a little more points, that means your offense got to score more points, which means your quarterback got to press a little bit more.
Right.
And one thing you don't want if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan is Dak pressing because he will press into turnovers at very inopportune times. So it remains to be seen what comes of it. Christian McCaffrey with a nice run on 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, got a first down. He's a little stronger than I think he's gotten stronger since he's been in the league. He's a little more solid than he used to be, which is good for him because he had some injury problems too.
Yeah, he was almost like how Steph Curry career was with them ankle or lower body injuries, man. You really couldn't tell how the career was going to turn, and now look at him, top.
Because you got to remember, he got traded.
Right.
Like, they didn't let him go. They traded him. So
they gave up on him.
Basically. So good to see him, doing well. Oh my goodness. That was a piss poor open field tackle in there, Giants. But yeah, let's get to it. I think we all can agree. Where's Chris? Matter of fact,
always ducking smoke.
I'm like, he talking about I'm coming on with this sorry picks he been putting together.
I can't wait for Thursday.
Just so we're clear right now, we got Dev 8-1 still. We missed you last week, buddy.
Yeah, man. I apologize on that. Got my days all mixed up.
yeah, it's all love. Shout out to Jay in the comments. And then I'm 15-5, and we got Chris dragging along at 12-8. Didn't even send no picks in. I did get him out a little late, but he don't want the smoke. But it's okay. He's young. It's love. We'll help him. We'll help him along. But tonight, I obviously got San Francisco. I think they're 1 or 1A or 1B, whatever you want to call it, as front runners in the NFC. I think it's them, Philly, Washington. Yeah, I think those are the 3 teams we got. Ball in the air. Wow, what luck. This might be San Francisco's night.
I'm still stuck that you said Washington.
I told you I picked them to win a division. I believe we are a quarterback away, and we've proven to be a quarterback away. We're leading the league in sacks. Chase Young looks like Chase Young. He's looking like an amazing trade piece. If he ain't, Montez Sweat is, or Deron Payne, or Jonathan Allen, we got him. Jamin Davis, recovering fumbles, causing fumbles. Our linebackers are young, growing. Our D-backs are young. Our offense, Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Gibson, Chris Rodriguez. Like, we got talent. Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson. We're young, we're fast, we're athletic. We are a quarterback away. And when Sam Howell plays great, we look good. When he's
fumbling the ball, Sam Howell can actually win the division?
Remains to be seen. But I don't think he has to. Then here's the reason why. He just got to be he has to play smart football. Mm-hmm. The defense, we're creating turnovers. We got St. Juice back there. We got Emmanuel Forbes, who we just drafted, led the NCAA last year in interceptions and pick sixes. Like, we have talent. We have skill positions. We can run the ball. We can get after the quarterback. We just need a quarterback that can get the ball where it needs to go on time. Protect the ball because he holds the ball a lot. Protect the ball and get it where it goes. Take what they give you. You don't got to be a hero. If he can do that, we can beat anybody. But I don't know if he can do that. And I can't trust him game to game because in every single game so far, Some games look trash. We was down 18 points.
Yeah, true.
And then we wasn't. And he led us down the field and got it done. So I think Washington's heading to a Kirk Cousins 2.0 where we're going to have to figure out by the end of his tenure, one, will we draft another quarterback while he's the starter? And two, are we going to financially commit to him long term? Because once you commit to him long term, a couple pieces got to fall off. We can pay our D-line this crazy amount of money because we ain't paying no quarterback. Once you pay a quarterback, you can't have Sweat, Payne, Allen, and Chase Young on maxed out deals. They're like top 2 or 3 in contracts at their position. Brian Robinson gonna want money. We did pay Terry, so Terry's out the way, but we got a lot of young talent. So we got to maximize this rookie quarterback contract, and hopefully he can get it done. Because if you don't, it get tricky. And I would not give him a lot of money based on what I've seen. And it's 3 starts in, so it's super early. But I'm not giving him a bunch of money yet. So he won some games. He going a nice little playoff run. Sam Howell, you could make some money now. You can make some money. Just who I wanted to see. Mike Hughes, I hope you're staying a while. Wow. How about Chicago and Justin Fields saying it's coaching? Passing the buck. It is getting ugly fast in Chicago.
You know what that means now. You know what it's going to boil down to.
All those people who were shooting at me about Kuzma and Poole, look where you're at now. Just look at you.
Once your franchise quarterback says it's coaching, now the GM has a problem because now he has to pick between his quarterback or the coaching staff.
And as the coach, if you say, yes, it is me, I'm going to change how you command respect in the locker room. So you mean you just had us out here doing the wrong stuff?
I was just going to say, so the whole time we was in training camp, the camp before training camp and all this other stuff, we were just out here just because you wanted to yell at us?
And Mike Hughes, that is a false narrative. That is slander. I suggest for legal reasons you recant that wrong statement. Yeah. But I do remember when this GM was brought in, you were high on him. I don't know about the coach as much. So hopefully the GM and they'll get it together. Because I want Justin Fields to win. And I don't like the way they're talking about him, in all honesty. But whatever. Yeah, let's you came here talking Colorado, so let's get to it. Who you got?
I'm gonna keep on riding with Colorado until I seen something different, man. I feel like Colorado can get it done. We didn't see them play from behind now, even though it was Nebraska, but still. When you come back from a behind team, man, and Shador is like I said, I'm high on him right now. I feel like Shorty is a true Heisman candidate. I feel like we should not just be talking about Caleb Williams. Don't get me wrong. Caleb Williams got a nice arm. He got good IQ, good accuracy, everything that you would want in a quarterback that you're looking to draft whenever he decides to go in the draft. But you cannot sleep on Shador Sanders. He's something special. I understand that people just still looking at him as Coach Prime's son, but we eventually once he keep getting building his name up, we're no longer going to look at him as Coach Prime's son, man. We're going to look at him as his name, Shador Sanders, man. And I feel like he is earning the right to be talked about as a Heisman candidate a little bit more than Caleb Williams, in my opinion.
Wow. Hot take. I agree with the point you said. We will know his name. I think Shador and Shiloh are all planning to be their own selves. Do they wear their dad's shoes? Yes. Do they have their dad swag a bit? Yes. But they play different positions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they play different ways, obviously. Even Shiloh, he seems like he might be a little smaller still, too.
Yeah, I feel like he's still like 5'10-ish, somewhere around that range.
So I definitely think there's opportunity for him to hopefully grow a little bit. That is a tough roughing the passer call against the Giants to keep this San Francisco drive alive.
When you got Wink Martin down as your defensive coordinator, you know sometimes there's ways, boy, get you in trouble. I should know person.
That is true. But I think in relation to the game, what they did at TCU was dope.
Mm-hmm.
But that was week 1. If they at 21-point underdogs, and if I had some money, I would put it on that spread. If they can win this game in Eugene, Oregon, watch out. The number 1 quarterback recruit just visited. Dion has made it very clear we ain't even recruiting freshmen like that. We really trying to get out the portal. So if a freshman came to see Dion, that's because Dion think he nice. So I think a shift is coming. I think Dion might run some coaches into early retirement. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown. Shout out to the fantasy. Secondly, I will always be reminded this could have happened at Jackson State. I don't care. They didn't have the money to pay him at Colorado either. And look at him now. So, yeah, the media and the hype train does matter when you're in a Power 5 conference, but you can't tell me with the talent and the way they're playing, they couldn't have competed in some of these same games, and the significance would have been even bigger. Could you imagine bigger than what we're already seeing?
Just imagine if they went if Jackson State went to TCU with that spread, and they whooped TCU just like how kind of they ain't whooping, but you know that back and forth game, and you just if Jackson, like I said, I feel like HBCUs will be talked about, but it's going to take one of these other lower market schools like a Tulane or somebody like them to go undefeated to make these college ranks to be thinking like, oh, well, maybe we should let all colleges be inside this pool and see what's really is the best college. Because just imagine a D2 college or HBCU college can go toe to toe with Colorado or Alabama, one of these Georgia. Even though we know that Georgia is deep, but just imagine just for them to go toe to toe, just for them having Georgia sweating just a little bit, that would be interesting. But like I said, it's going to take some years, and I see why Coach Prime did that time because time don't wait for nobody.
All true. And I get it, but Jackson State just gave up 77 points last week to Texas State. They're 2-2 this year, and nobody cares. Like, that was my issue or my concern. Yeah. Like, I hear you, but he gutted the program.
I don't think he gutted the program.
Shador, Shiloh, Travis Hunter, and a bunch of other people went to Colorado. You think he left talented players there that he really, really thought could play?
Yeah, but you gotta look at how JUCO players could do it. They don't stay at JUCO forever. They looking to go to a bigger college. So,
they're not gonna go to Jackson State if Dion ain't there, man. You know this.
You're right. Hey, when you got that silver tongue, when you can just speak that language, or you can.
We turned Jackson State's faucet off. That's all I've been saying.
Jackson State might have turned their own faucet off
They played a role from everything I've heard. Let me be clear. They played a role. And even if it wasn't at Jackson State, he Deion. He left. But I'm over it. I'm letting it go. I'm burying that as best I can. And I'm all obviously super supportive. Haven't got no Buffs gear yet, but go Buffs. Go Buffs. But I do think, and I said all that to say, I think they're going to lose. I hope they win, but I'm really, really pissed about that Travis Hunter injury. Like, that robbed us of what we should have been able to see these next 2 weeks. Now, we'll be able to see him in a bowl game because I think Colorado will definitely be good enough to get into a bowl game. But that was trash. That was really trash. And
did he ever come out and say what was the injury, really?
There is a lacerated liver.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they said 3 weeks. But yeah, just boo.
Yeah, boo to Colorado State, man.
Boo to Colorado State for sure. But we got football, ladies and gentlemen. We do have some football. Dev coming off his week 1. Oh, real quick. Dev, are you in that group thing we in? I don't be seeing you in the standings. You just hosting it, or you part?
I'm just hosting it. You know, I can't wear my own shirt and hat.
You wouldn't win. I'm in the league.
What league? My league, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm still not. No, I'm just voting just to be voting. I'm not actually in it. It's y'all other 10 contestants that's going toe to toe.
Oh, I just wanted to know if I was whooping you or not.
No, I don't know. You know what I mean? I can. You know what? I will go back and tally my scores, and I get back to you and let you know are you whooping me or not.
Yeah,
I kind of doubt it. I kind of feel like it's a doubt because you know the same picks that I picked in week 1, and I was 8-1. You know,
week 2 was tough on a lot of people.
We'll see. We'll see. It was tough on y'all. It was funny. But I was like, yeah, Ray got this. Nope, never mind. Ray don't got this.
It was tough. Lost the overtime games, lost some games that shouldn't have lost, but we bounced back. We still here, baby. We only 1 game out of first place, baby.
Got my man Kenny talking trash. Your card was like, yo, I'm about to post in the group. I said, yo, do your thing, yo. Talk trash, yo.
They ain't with it. But it's okay. The people getting old, they just, you know, gotta do what they gotta do. Shout out, much love, Kenny. Hope everything's going all right. We miss you, man. Hope to see you soon. First game, I talked about him to start the show. Tennessee has looked better than I thought. Derrick Henry, I don't think has practiced this week. As a fantasy football owner, I'm a little concerned that he still hasn't practiced. But Cleveland's at home, 3.5-point favorite. This is a statement game. Deshaun Watson. Will the real Deshaun Watson please stand up? I have yet to really see a Deshaun Watson game that made me say that's the guy I remember. And I ain't with it. You won a good game the first week, but your numbers weren't amazing. 16 of 29, 154 yards and a touchdown and a pick. 55 QBR. Last week, worse than that. 22 of 40, 16 and a half QBR. Like, that's just flat out unacceptable. So I'm looking for him to turn it around. I think this is a week in which he can do that. The Titans defense doesn't have a name on it that I really even know. So there's an opportunity to get right, but they got to get it right and get it right fast. I am picking Cleveland, and because they better get it right, because after Tennessee, they got Baltimore and San Fran. And then they go to Indy. So then it lightens up a little bit, but figure it out. Yeah, they're going to have to keep pace with y'all. So give me Cleveland. Who you got?
I'm going the other way. I don't feel like Cleveland gonna have it all. Losing Nick Chubb, no Amari Cooper. I don't really have that much faith in Deshaun Watson, man. So I'm going with Tennessee. I feel like Tennessee is the team that it's one of them teams that it's a trap game. They're not that good, but they good enough to actually beat the team that you feel like they got the upper edge because quarterback play, number one. We all know that feel like Deshaun Watson is better than Ryan Tannehill. But I feel like the way Mike Vrabel actually coached the Tennessee Titans, I feel like they actually going to be well coached and well sound, and they're going to actually beat Cleveland. And losing Nick Chubb, man, that was the whole offense. So you take away your whole offense. I like you said, Deshaun Watson is not blowing you off the charts with his stats, with his QBR, anything in that nature. So I'm not riding with Deshaun this week. I'll be riding with Derrick Henry and D-Hop.
All right. Turncoat, but that's okay. No, I'm just kidding. I don't see that being unrealistic. Tennessee's looked a little better than I thought. The D-Hop fit, although he hasn't gone crazy, has been a solid fit with the young receivers they have there. So I like what Tennessee got going on in a very winnable division. Jacksonville has not really impressed me the way I thought they would take off to start this year. And I think that's youth and it's some new pieces, but I think they'll figure it out. On to Detroit. Tough loss for Detroit this past week. I believe, who did they lose to? I forgot.
The Seahawks.
Yeah, overtime. They let me down. But I will not waver. I will not bend. I will not break. I am not impressed yet by the 2-0 Atlanta Falcons. I think there's some hippity hop going so far with them, but they're figuring it out. So I got to respect it. But give me the Lions. Who you got?
I'm rolling with you the same way, man. Detroit. I feel like Atlanta 2-0 started it's just foolery. You know, it just a lot of teams, you know, takes a couple of weeks to actually get started, and Atlanta is just on point those first 2 weeks. They caught them teams slipping. I don't think they're gonna catch Detroit slipping because Detroit is, you know, they're never really out of games. Even when they lose games, they're not really out of it. It's just sometimes it's just mental mistakes they go through. And I like I said, that's just the growing pain and the culture that Dan Campbell has created. So I'm riding with Detroit. I feel like Detroit has the better team.
Okay, let's do it. In a situation that kind of threw me off a little bit because I've never been the biggest Jordan Love guy. Like y'all know I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy, but I've never been the biggest Jordan Love guy. And then they came out week 1 and looked great. And I was like, all right, maybe I missed it. So what did I do? Ran to the Green Bay Packers. What did they do?
Lose to the Atlanta Falcons.
Lose to the Atlanta Falcons. So this is tough. I don't know who Jordan Love is. I also know that the Saints are 2-0, but they haven't looked great in their games either. Kamara is not back yet. He has a 3-game suspension, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you pick first. Who you got?
Who? Everything that you said about Green Bay is the reason why I think I'm not going to choose Green Bay this week. I think I'm going to go ahead and choose New Orleans. I feel like Green Bay, we don't know who Jordan Love really is. He played one hell of a good first week. That second week was a little shaky. And I'm not going to put it all on Jordan Love. We expect him to have some games to be like, wasn't that impressive, but come on, guy, you got to beat the Atlanta Falcons, you know. But I think that what Green Bay is going to go through is they got to really figure out, is Jordan Love the guy, or should they be looking into another quarterback? And this is the game that Jordan Love really kind of impresses. If he don't win, which I don't think so, because I think New Orleans has a better team, better defense too. I feel like that their quarterback is the only reason why I'm actually going to pick the Saints. Because the Saints is this, like you said, they haven't looked good, but you know that's also growing pains with a new quarterback in your system. So I'm gonna ride with the Saints on this one. It's a scary pick. It was a back and forth, but I ride with New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm gonna go the same. I think they're starting to figure it out down there, and I just don't know what Jordan Love is yet. It is a home game for them, so I know that'll be good for him. I will say, it is. What's the word I want to use? I think this is an important game for Jordan Love, but I also think that because Aaron Rodgers is hurt, there's not as much pressure. If Aaron Rodgers is in New York cooking, I think Packers fans might be a little more restless. But because they really have nothing else to compare it to, I think it's easier to swallow the growing pains. Like when Brady left and went and won the Super Bowl, what Mac Jones was still there, no Patriots fans was sick. This a little different. Yeah. Should be interesting. Next game. I'm a pat. I think we'll both agree on this, but Denver and Miami. I'm definitely going Miami. Who you got?
Miami. Okay. I don't trust. They haven't showed nothing yet. Not one thing. Sean Payton did all that yap before game one, man. And they still like the same team from last year.
Yeah. I will say in the first half, they looked like a good team versus us. And then the D-line got cooking. And Russ did not cook anymore until the Hail Mary, which was BS. Cam Curl knocked the ball down, bro. What is you doing? Yeah. Let me see here.
Oh, you got another scary game up here.
Do we?
Yeah, the next one.
You think that's scary?
Yes.
Heck no.
You don't think so?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this.
You got Chargers at Vikings. You for some reason see this as a close potential game. I mean, I don't think it's a blowout. Let me not get crazy.
No, it's not a blowout, but
picking it. But I clearly got the Chargers.
I want to say yes, but can you really go and say like yes, the Chargers can actually win it? Because the Chargers has been rocky. They can throw up points.
This is almost the Miami game all over again. Teams that can score a bunch of points, but I just think at some point the Chargers got to get it right.
But it's not like Minnesota is not throwing up points either.
Yeah, but they just traded for Cam Akers. All right.
You think even if Cam Akers is ready to play, you don't think this is gonna be like one of them get back games? Like I gotta play hard because ain't that running back for Minnesota down? What's his name? Matson, something like that.
He's trash. They about to get him out of there. They said they ain't lost no confidence, but he out of there.
All right, I'm riding with the Chargers too, but I still feel like the Chargers. I don't know if it's Kellen Moore. I don't know if Justin Herbert got that money and say, "Hey, y'all paid me already." You know, it is what it is. But it just seems like the Chargers just ain't wowing me yet, and I'm tired of picking them, and I'm tired of waiting to say, "Wow me" with this offense. You got three top wide receivers in this league. Even though the dude from TCU this year ain't the top wide receiver yet, but you still got three wide receivers out here, and you're not putting up stats like I thought you was. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe it was Dallas Cowboys. Maybe it was Kellen Moore that was holding y'all back. Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, if they can stay healthy, and obviously Eckler, I don't think he practiced today. So if Eckler don't play, then that obviously could have a huge impact.
Right.
I think Justin Jefferson's gonna cook. I definitely think after what I saw what the Dolphins did, the Vikings are gonna put up some points or at least some yards. But I think vice versa. I think the Chargers will be able to do that also. I just think the Chargers will do it a little bit better. Not a little bit. I think they'll be better. Let me see what the spread is. I would have the Chargers by 6. I think they're just a better team. And the spread is actually the Vikings are favored by 1. So they got a close game. I think the Chargers, even at 0-2, are a better 0-2 than the Vikings. So
I'm with you.
We're gonna see. And you said Chargers. You didn't say.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. Don't try to scam me for my dub, man. Don't try to scam me.
I'm gonna have us pick this game mainly because it's a rivalry, and I don't actually know who's gonna win. So I got let me make sure I get this right. The 0-2 New England Patriots going to the 1-1 Zach Wilson Jets. Who you got?
This is most definitely a trap game. It's like mine telling me one thing, but my gut is like, nah, dog, we can't ride with that. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice. Going with the New York Jets.
Woo!
I'm gonna roll the dice. I feel like the Jets has a better defense. And it's a rivalry game. You're gonna want to stay close to the division as close as you possibly can because Aaron Rodgers came out and said like he's targeting to make the playoffs. Come back to make the playoffs. So if you want to keep some type of Jets hopes alive, this is the game that you gotta win, and it's in MetLife, so you gotta win this. So I'm gonna ride with the Jets. I ain't sold on New England.
Real quick, I'll be scrolling just for like news. A white woman was just crowned Miss Universe Zimbabwe.
Not going to touch that. I am not going to touch that. Not even with a 10-foot pole. You can have this one. Have fun with this one.
I don't know how she was even eligible. I didn't know this contest even existed before 30 seconds ago.
Ain't this the same contest that Steve Harvey messed up a couple years ago?
Nah, that was like Miss USA. This is in Africa.
Oh.
Like this ain't the American version. In America, I would expect this. This is in Africa.
Is she a citizen? Like I said, I ain't going there. I'm good.
If I was a black woman on the stage, I'd have punched her in the back of her neck.
See?
Why are you even up here?
How did you get up here?
Like, we got to do better. Like, get this mess out of here. Whatever. And to the judges that voted that way, shame on y'all. Shame. You're lucky I don't have your names and your addresses. I'd dox you. Anyway, back to sports. Patriots at Jets. Listen, Linda.
Bro.
If Bill Belichick lose 3 or 4 more games, you might get fired.
Yeah, I'm about to send you something this is off topic. I'm sorry, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
I
This is
refuse
go
to believe. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
this is something off topic, but I'm about to send you something in the group chat. You is probably going to chuckle the way I'm chuckling.
Oh man, I'm ready.
But continue on.
Yeah. I think if we get the 0-5, 0-6, Bill Belichick might be out of a job. And so for me, I don't think Bill wants to lose his job. You about to lose your job, not Bill Belichick. He got to win this game. I know it's on the road. New England is favored 2.5 points at Jets. There's no excuses, bro. Figure it out and get it done. So give me New England. Coach, Bill, do something. Or you will very quickly plummet from the ranks of great coaches or greatest coach of all time. That conversation, you are coaching your way out of it. And you look way more product of Brady than great head coach. You might have been a great coordinator, called some great defensive games, but I don't want to have to look closer. Don't make me look closer. Get it done, Bill. Get it done. The agony of having a good team. The agony being undefeated. The weight that comes with haters. There's a weight that comes with expectations. And the more you win, the greater the expectations. And Washington just keeps winning. So as the expectations rise to our second home sellout stadium rock. D-line rock. Josh Allen getting rocked.
2.
I got to pick the Bills. I think they're on a mission. I think we have played inconsistent football. I think we've learned a lot of lessons. I am very curious to see how we guard Stephon Diggs. I am very curious to see what we do with Josh Allen. We got after Russell Wilson, who is mobile. Not as big as Josh, but he's mobile, and we sacked him 7 times. We got after Josh Dobbs, also athletic. He's really a receiver, playing quarterback. So I'm not concerned necessarily with his ability to run. I'm concerned with our discipline, keeping him in the pocket, making him think or double pump. I don't know if we're there yet. And Von Miller looks good. So I think it'll be close. But I think this is a measuring stick game for us. And I think we will play well. But I think this time we're going to come up a little bit short. So I got Buffalo. Who you got?
I'm taking Buffalo too. I feel like, well, it's not going to be a blowout game because that defensive line y'all have, like you keep alluding to, man, it's scary. And we seen that sometimes if that offensive line can't control that defensive line, man, or stop that pressure, we see Buffalo get a lot of turnovers because the ball just keep being in Josh Allen, and Josh Allen had to do a lot. He has his running back, whether people know it or not. This running back is a top 5 running back right now in rushing yards. So, my God, I think that's where you need to keep going. Is keep handing it off to your running back to beat Washington. And I think, like I said, I'm right with Buffalo. Von Miller potentially can come back. We've seen what Floyd can do. He already put Aaron Rodgers out. So I most definitely ride with Buffalo. And I can tell by your face expression. Tell by your face expression you finally read my message. But yeah, I feel like that laws if it's gonna be a competitive game because Washington is just that competitive. That front seven is very competitive, but I feel like Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs is going to get it done in y'all field, man.
Listen. The world is a tough place. And Josh Allen is going to have to make better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you just sent me, he ain't the only one that needs to make better decisions. At some point, it ain't everybody else. It ain't the coaching.
It's the players. I told you you're gonna get a kick out of it. I told you. Once I seen it, I said, "Oh man, you ain't say nothing or didn't say it. Oh man, you ain't seen it."
Here's the thing, like youth, gotta enjoy your youth. You learn a lot in your youth. You make mistakes in your youth. My hope for the youth is that you don't make a mistake so great you can't bounce back from it, i.e. Tory Lanez, people like that. New things to new people. Best of luck, but I'm just going to continue to watch how people act and move, and I will wish them the best. But if you flip-flop on the teams you support, you might flip-flop on the places you work. Yeah. Best of luck.
Going to keep on being a flip-flopper.
Yeah, God bless. Yeah. Back to sports. Real life sometimes is better than reality TV. So we both got Buffalo. Next, I think we both are going to agree on this, especially if Richardson is out. If Richardson is in, I don't know. But let me actually pause. There's a pause symbol. Richardson, call Cam Newton. It's not worth it, bro. You are in the field of play. Cam Newton did the same thing, trying to go into the end zone, all cool. And he got his head wrong. You got some talent, young man. But you are shaping up for a very short career. So I hope you rest up. I hope your head's good. But you gotta be smarter. Dion, when he was Coach Prime was talking about him and Shador's walk. He said, "Get down. You are too valuable." live to fight another play. Like, it's not you. The rules are cheating for you, and you still don't want to take advantage. So I hope he gets well soon. But yeah, I'm definitely going Baltimore. Indy at Baltimore. I got Baltimore. Surprise, surprise. Who you got?
Oh, we already know where I'm riding at. There's gonna be no surprise, no hidden secrets, anything in that nature. Ride with my hometown team, man. I feel like number one is one of the things that you just said. If Richardson is not playing, even if he is playing, coming off a concussion injury, I don't think you really want to see this defense. I'm not saying that we are knocking down to be number one defense or anything in that nature, but a strong, stout defense that can keep the offense off the field. I mean, keep the offense on the field and they can get off the field. That's what the Ravens has been showing so far. That they can get off the field, even with not a top pass rusher. So I feel like that if Richardson do play, he's going to be running a lot. I feel like he's going to break containment, and I don't know how much of his offensive line, how strong they are and how protection wise, but still, if he's going to be running in this open field, man, it's open season. The guy that you will be going against this week, he'll clearly tell you, it's open season. Any way that these linebackers or DBs can hit you, they're going to hit you. I hate to say it. Look how Travis Hunter, they had to cheat to get to Travis Hunter. They going to try to get you. However, so like Ray said, man, protect yourself, number one, because we would love to see another black quarterback having a nice lengthy career, and you don't have to go through concussion protocols every week. We already seen one quarterback that was there before you that they couldn't get that offensive line together, and he was taking so many hits, and he retired early because he knew that if he just kept playing behind that offensive line, he was going to get carried off the field. So, just a message to you, because like I said, man, this Raven defense, they fly, especially PQ and Roquan Smith, man. There's flying sideline to sideline. They is looking to hit anything that's moving with the ball. And that's why I'm choosing my Ravens, man. I feel like this is another game that Lamar is really going to have to come out here and start checking some more boxes, start making complete some passes that a lot of people didn't really see him doing. That pass, that touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar, man, I'm pretty sure a lot of doubters was like, I didn't know Lamar can even throw that type pass. And this is going to be another game that Lamar can actually show his arm ability.
I will say, on the other side of the ball, there's a linebacker over there. Lamar might want to keep his head on the swivel for too.
Yeah, true.
So he fast, but Lamar, you got your money. Get down off him.
So you I don't know if you've seen it. Lamar's getting down now. He get his little yards and he ain't taking big hits like he was 2 years ago.
Yeah. So should be a good defensive game. A lot of talent on the field for sure. And then the last game, I had this on here just because I try to pick all of our teams when we do this.
I ain't see Philly.
I knew Chris wasn't coming. But I wasn't sure about Dallas. So actually, this is the other reason I did put this, and this is why it's at the bottom. One, Arizona could have beat us and the Giants. Two, Trevon Diggs tore his ACL. And one thing Arizona do got is a fast receiver. So although I definitely think Dallas will win, I think Dallas better come ready to play, because the Giants just showed you they'll put some points up if you ain't paying attention. So yeah, I got Dallas. What say you?
I'm gonna ride with Dallas just to be safe. But like you said, man, You better come play. Don't come to sleep. Don't go to sleep on Arizona. I'm not saying Arizona is gonna blow you out or anything in that nature, but at the same time, Arizona has been sticking in games with Joshua Dobbs, who just got there right before the season started. They was able to say, you know what, Colt McCoy, we ain't gonna need your service, even though you played on the team the whole last year. Kyler Murray, take your time. We ain't rushing you back. We're gonna go ahead and run with Joshua Dobbs. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting for Josh Dobbs to actually show something, because he just been going from places to places and not really getting opportunity. I still feel like, I hate to say it, that Pittsburgh should have went and tried him out before they went and got Kenny Pickett a couple years, 2 years ago. I still feel like Dobbs should have got his chance. Cleveland should have gave Dobbs his chance before they went and got Deshaun Watson. Now that he's finally made a stop, even though it's not a permanent stop, but Joshua Dobbs is showing that he can be a backup quarterback in this league. Like I said, he's giving Arizona Cardinals hope. Even though I think they tanking still, but he's still putting them in games though. So Dallas most definitely don't think that 25 points is going to win you the game, because with the way Arizona is throwing up points, especially in the first half too, they throwing up all their points is really coming in the first half.
They have talent on that skill positions. They can get down the field. They just not a quarterback away, but
they a couple pieces. I'm not gonna say the coaching staff is bad. They're not bad at Chicago, but I feel like the coaching is not really up to par. Really, I feel like that's going to really be the deciding factor for Arizona, in my opinion. I feel like like I said, I can't remember who their head coach name is right now off the top of my head, but I feel like he's not putting pressure on Arizona to be great or to be better than what they are. I feel like he's just cool and lackadaisical with the struggle that they're going through.
Yeah. Tough. Jerry Rice in the building. Just quick update on the game. Jerry Rice in the building. 17-6. Giants, I thought, had fumbled it when I looked away, but there was fair catch interference. So they actually got a 15-yard penalty on top of it. So they start this possession in San Francisco territory. And we'll see kind of what they do. But I will be curious to see what happens with Dallas. Tony Pollard, injury history. What's his name? The receiver. Michael Gallup coming off an injury. So their offensive line has been a little nicked. So although they've looked amazing, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So praying for the health of everybody. But yeah, could be tough. Before we get out of here, as we've gotten through the picks here, I did want to ask you. Oh, that was a nice throw. Very nice throw. Right now in the NFL, there are a number of teams who are currently winless. For the record, let me see if I can give it to you. They have a total view, an easier view of this league. Here we go. Boom. Denver, 0-2. Bears, 0-2. Cardinals, 0-2. Bengals, 0-2. Houston, 0-2. Panthers, 0-2. Chargers, Vikings, and Patriots, all 0-2. Given the dynamics of every team's situation, coaches, tenure, division, legacy, touchdown Giants, 17-13 likely coming up. We got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Given all of that, who would you say has the most pressure or is in the most danger of those 0-2 teams?
I'm gonna say Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like number one, Joe Burrow. I don't know if people paid attention as towards the end of that Ravens game. Joe Burrow calf started bothering him again. You see that he went to the sideline, was trying to massage it out, and was trying to get things, try to loosen it up. But if your calf is starting to bother you again, that's going to be another scary sight for the Cincinnati Bengals to hold their breath to be like, not again. Our franchise quarterback went down. So that's one thing. Another thing for the Cincinnati Bengals, man, in my opinion, they don't look like they want to run the ball no more. They got Joe Mixon is a tough running back to take down on the first tap. I don't understand why you don't. As you feed Joe Mixon gets better as the game go along. And you can use him as a dual threat type running back. You can use him as in between the gaps. You can use him to run sideline to sideline. You can use him to be a screen type running back. But for some strange reason, they just want to keep force feeding Jamar Chase, Higgins, and what's my other guy?
Higgins, Boyd.
Yeah, there you go, Boyd. They just want to keep force feeding these wide receivers and have Joe Burrow throwing over 40 times a game. Where, in my opinion, I think you should make it simple for your quarterback, especially coming off a calf injury. If you feel like he's not going to make it throughout the whole season, so I feel like Cincinnati is in danger just because we got to see how can Joe Burrow go finish this season. How this line could be able to protect them. Can Cincinnati protect him? Can he protect himself? Can they actually get out this 0-2 hole? They're in a division where this division can kind of knock yourselves out because it's each game, each time we play the Steelers or the Bengals play the Browns, it's a competitive game. It's always coming down to the very end of who has the best team. And this division is going to come down to week 17, week 18 again. And if your team can't really hold and survive now, you don't want to you don't want to dig yourself in a hole that you got to try to dig yourself out of towards the end of the season. So Cincinnati to me.
So I was leaning Cincinnati. I'll be honest. When I was kind of compiling the list, my I guess reprieve that I'll give Cincinnati is Nick Chubb just tore his ACL in a nasty way. And I don't believe in Pittsburgh. So I think Cincinnati still has an opportunity. And like you mentioned earlier, they do have a history of kind of starting slow. I do think that's a little different. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same Cincinnati team that's going to be able to turn it on. I do think they are unbalanced. And Jamar Chase seems a little complacent in his route running and demeanor. Not saying he's quitting. I'm just saying
he don't look as crisp as he did last year.
No, it don't look the same. So that is concerning in a lot of ways. But for me, the most concerning 0-2 team for me is Denver. That was a bad loss to us. Like, I'm glad Washington won, but you're not supposed to lose that game at home.
No. Because what they up double figures?
It was up 18. Like, to Sam Howell, like, that's a bad loss. And you got a new coach who forced his way out of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
You got a quarterback that's been paid a bunch of money that underperformed exponentially. Right before the season started, there was the soundbite that Sean Payton told him he needs to stop being so nice, stop trying to be a president or whatever. Jerry Jeudy's been hurt. I just see a team that's in a bad spot and a potentially really good division. Kansas City, I don't care. It's Kansas City. Oh my goodness. Debo said, God damn.
That's a man against boys.
Goodness gracious. They didn't want to tackle that man. But the Chargers are the Chargers. I know the Chargers are still good. The Raiders already beat y'all. So you 0-2 and a division with some dogs in it. And we knew there was going to be dogs last year or 2 years ago when we said this division was going to get tough.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the records weren't there, the teams got talent. So I think Denver's on the verge of getting put out. And I'm gonna be honest. Hot take, clip it up, call it what you want. If Denver don't win more than 4 or 5 games this year and they bench Russell Wilson, Sierra might see her husband a lot more for the rest of his career. After this, they got the Dolphins this week. So you 0-3, then you do get the Bears, you host the Jets, then it's at KC. Green Bay comes to town, Kansas City come to town, Buffalo come to town, Minnesota come to town, the Browns come to town. And then you end the season with Chargers, Lions, Patriots, Chargers, Raiders. It don't get real easy for Denver anytime soon.
So, my question before we wrap this up.
Talk about it.
Out of these 0-for teams, do any of them stay 0-for for the whole entire season?
No.
No?
Nah. Let me check Arizona. Arizona's the only one that has a chance. And I don't think that'll happen. Josh Dobbs is playing good enough. They're going to win a game. When? I don't know. They ain't beating the Cowboys. God dang. They got Cowboys, 49ers, Bengals. Then they get Rams, who actually look decent.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, still good. Ravens, Browns, Falcons. So, yeah, I don't know. They only really got the Cardinals as maybe a gimme, and they play the Bears. So, between the Bears... Oh, no, they are the Cardinals. Yeah, they only got the Bears.
So, do Arizona go over?
Bears and Texans, if they lose to the Texans, that's, I don't know what week that is. It's probably like week 10.
Hey, see, right now,
and they're like
right now, CJ Stroud is top 5 passing yards right now. Just to give you heads up.
I don't know. I didn't initially. I said that, but I didn't look at the roster, the schedule. Ain't a lot of winnable games. There will probably be the underdog in every game they play this year.
Oh, most definitely.
So, hey, let me tell y'all this. If the Arizona Cardinals do not win a game, I am going to go on every single Jay Ness show for the next 2 weeks after the season, and I'm going to lose it. So he better hope. He better hope they win a game. Second target. He left.
Oh, my God.
Washington plays Chicago in like 2 weeks. My cues, y'all better win. That's all I'm going to say. I put it out there. If the Cardinals go 0 and the Bears lose, y'all ain't going to want to see me. Hey, and the merch is coming. Okay? The merch is coming, ladies and gentlemen.
What merch?
Commanders merch, man. Couldn't support the last guy.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Did you remember the preseason, Dev? Do I need to remind you about the preseason, Dev?
Wasn't you one of the guys that said preseason was not important?
No.
Wasn't
I'm
you?
the guy that says they need to play more in the preseason. And I said the same thing about Summer League. I value Summer League in preseason. I keep saying these coaches are idiots for not playing their players.
This is fucking bullshit.
Hey, L's are L's. We gave y'all
Preseason. How many years did we beat y'all? Oh, okay.
You talking about old seasons?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you talking about last preseason? You talking about last preseason?
This is most recent.
Yeah, but it's last preseason. It's in the past.
Actually, the difference
It's in the
is
past. It's in the past.
ongoing record.
It's in the past. It's in the
I know,
past.
we put it there. Boom.
It's cool. We're gonna have a better record than the Commanders. So boom.
Not yet. We tied, baby.
We're gonna by the end of the season, the Ravens will have a better record than the Commanders.
We're gonna let me see who y'all play. Because I know our schedule's not the best. Colts this week at Browns, at Titans, Lions, y'all get the Cardinals. Oh my God, the end of y'all season sucks. Except, and even the Steelers game is going to sure be tough. All right, what's up? What we doing? I'll entertain you.
I don't know yet. I honestly didn't believe that you was actually going to entertain me. I was really trolling, but
I'm all in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
we are a quarterback away. I stand on that, but I'm all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, me and Ray will we will tell y'all on Monday what would our bet be. We gotta see. We're gonna hash it out. We're gonna hash the contract details out, and we're gonna let y'all know what on Monday what our bet is gonna be.
That's cool. I might have a McLaurin jersey or something for you. I don't know. We'll see.
Make you wear a lineman jersey.
That is our show. Quick update. They are saying that Phoenix is a sleeper team to help facilitate a Damian Lillard trade as teams continue to call for DeAndre Ayton. So we haven't forgot about you, Damian. Even though I think you've completely botched this whole situation of epic proportions. Hopefully we get something done sooner than later. Basketball, ladies and gentlemen.
So Miami package was weak.
You've been weak. They don't want to give up Bam. And Portland don't want to give up Dame without Bam. I think it's that.
I wouldn't want to give up Bam either. Why would I give you a point guard without a center?
Dame Dollar?
I'm sorry. Why would I? Bam just showed us what he's capable of doing in the finals. He was the only guy that showed up every game. I'm not saying that he's the best big man in the league, but Bam is a very valuable piece. And if I'm Miami, I'm thinking long and hard before I bring Dame Lillard to let Bam go. We're talking about age and youth versus one of the top point guards in the league. Don't get me wrong. Dame is the top point guard, but Dame passed his prime? Will Dame be like the Kawhi Leonard and PG? Will play only certain games. Injury might come around. So
yeah, I guess we got time. We can talk about that. You know the new rule. We didn't talk about the new resting rule. Did you see the NBA rule on players resting and not all that?
Nah.
Oh,
I am interested now.
Oh yeah, they hold on. Let me pull that up. There's a new rule. NBA announces stricter rules for resting multiple players. So this did get approved by the Board of Governors. This is effective, I believe, for this upcoming season. I'm trying to figure out the Cliff Notes version. They're calling the new rules player participation policy. Obviously, the goal is to make sure that as many people are playing are possible, but this article is going, it's like an interview. I don't want to interview.
Okay.
I was trying to just find a quick synopsis to break it down, but they're making it way too hard. What are the new rules? The NBA, blah, 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 blah. If a team violated this policy, it would result in a fine of at least $100,000. Also included in the old rules was teams were prohibited from resting multiple players or resting players for away games. With the new policy, no more than one star player is unavailable for the same game. As an example, Boston Celtics would have to ensure that either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum is available for every game unless both players are determined to be injured. The Celtics in this scenario would not be allowed to rest both players in the same game. Brown missed 15 games last season. Tatum missed 8. They were both out for the same game just twice, one of which was the regular season finale. Also, teams must ensure that star players are available for national TV and in-season tournament games. So, as an example, the Phoenix Suns host the Portland Trailblazers on November 21st and then host Golden State the following night, so back-to-back. In the following night on ESPN. Devin Booker would not be allowed to sit out the Warriors game for rest because it's on national TV. So if you have a star and in the second game of the back-to-backs on national TV, he playing. Oh, I didn't know this caveat. This is cool. I actually like this a lot. Teams must maintain a balance between the number of one-game absences for a star player in home games and road games, with a preference for absences to happen in home games. So obviously when the Warriors come out this way, I want to see Steph. When Phoenix comes this way and KD comes back with Bradley Beal, we want to see all of them back home. We don't want to see people benched and not playing. Oh, this is another cool rule. Teams must refrain from any long-term shutdown or near shutdown when a star player stops participating in games or plays in a materially reduced role in circumstances affecting the integrity of the game. They referenced Bradley Beal sitting the last 10 games for knee soreness. I went to one of those games for my birthday and nobody played, kind of sucked. Same for Damian Lillard, who sat out last year. If you do choose to rest, you have to be visible. You can't just be in the back. You gotta be front facing.
I don't like that part.
Say that again.
I don't like that part.
Which part?
You got to be visible.
To the fans?
What bothers me a little bit is I hate to see, and this is the name this didn't name this person off the top of my head. Ben Simmons. Where he was sitting on the bench, all jewelried out, flossed up, and stuff like that. That bothers me. If you're not going to play and you're not going to put on at least a warm-up suit, he shouldn't be out there. Because if you had a significant injury, like a torn Achilles, ACL, anything in that nature, you're not going to be out there on the floor. So if you're just going to just be sitting there looking cute or whatever the case may be, no, I don't want you on the floor. You should go home, you know what I mean, or watch the game in the locker room. I don't want to see you all having 16 chains around your neck. You got sunglasses on and you sitting there just, acting like a diva. That bothers me, So if you're not going to play, if you're going to sit out, at least have a warm up on, at least to make it seem like you tried, but things didn't go well in the warm up. So the training staff shut you down, said, nah, you didn't look right. Your back didn't look like you was more fluent enough. So we just going to sit you out. Doctor's rules versus, nah, I don't feel like playing. My back is hurting, coach. I just want to sit in there with my 15 chains on. I just want to look like a diva. No, go home. Watch the game at home. That's the only part of the rule I kind of didn't like.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, I understand that part. I think it's more so like Ben Simmons is a good example, yes. But if they're like LeBron will likely rest.
Right.
I want LeBron on the bench if I take my kids to see the game. Yeah, LeBron didn't play, but at least I could see LeBron James.
He's different. He's in year 23 or 20. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of expect a man of his age kind of probably take a game or two of rest now. But, before, LeBron wasn't taking no rests. It was, whether it was a little nagging injury or not, he was out there. So that, I get that part now. PG and Kawhi, I'm with it all day long. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be very curious what they look like this year.
It's gonna be the same team, in my opinion.
Do we even know what they are though?
The same team they was last year, in my opinion. I still feel like you got your top guns. You got your Westbrook, you got your PG, you got your Kawhi, you got your Nolan Powell, and then after that, to me, I feel like the Clippers is just scrambled everywhere. You got your Hollis Bones, you got your I don't know if they still got one of the Morris twins on that team or not. You got Nicholas Batum. You have dang, I can't. It's just like so many different. Don't they got Bledsoe? I mean, not Bledsoe. What's the dude that came from Houston? Eric Gordon.
Nah, he's in Phoenix now.
They
They
got
got him on a minimum deal.
But yeah, I just feel like after a while, I just feel like the Clippers teams just kind of go everywhere. Like we got this person, we got this person. We don't use him this night, but we're going to use him this night. And like I said, I'm a fan of Tyronn Lue. I feel like he's a good head coach in this league, but I don't know. It's something about the Clippers I just can't get with. And it's not just me being a Laker fan either.
Okay. I'm not the biggest Clippers fan by any stretch. I like the new rules. I like what it represents. I'm sure there will be circumvention, but that's the name of the game. So I'm not even that upset about juking the system, so to speak. So
right.
It's only wrong if you get caught. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait for basketball. I know we've talked a lot of football, and rightfully so, but can't wait. Basketball starts next month. Basketball is back.
Dude. Ooh, it, dude.
So
it's early October this year, right?
I don't know. Let me pull up real quick. We should be able to see when the first game is.
I feel like it's like an early or at least mid October.
Actually, there's a game. There will be a game on October 7th in the NBA Abu Dhabi games.
Okay.
And then Lakers Warriors. Are these regular season games?
Yeah, I don't think so. It might be preseason.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the Warriors, I think, play opening night, but I'm trying to see what their schedule is. So in October, you just have the games listed. It doesn't say if they're regular season or not. But according to this, October 7th, there's no way the season starts October 7th. Let me try and pull up my computer.
Dang, October, that's like what, 3 weeks away? 2 weeks away?
Yeah.
That's my baby sister's birthday, October 7th.
Okay. It looks like October 24th.
Oh, all right. The end of October. That sounds more like it. Sounds more like it.
The opening night, Suns at Warriors. So yeah, 24th. So less than a month though. No, today's the 21st. So about a month. About a month. And that's regular season starting. So we about to be back. It's a great time of year. Basketball, football, college football, even hockey. Not really hockey. I don't care about hockey till like playoffs, but even playoff baseball. I'll watch some playoff baseball. And the O's, I'm definitely gonna watch this year since the O's is rocking.
Yes, sir. Let's go O's.
So we set the example a couple years ago, and now y'all have taking the
Oh,
mantle. So
yeah, these young guys them bats is hot. You know what I mean? It looked like it paid off for us to be waiting for these young guys to actually come up, man, because it's working out for us so far.
gotta trust the process, unless you're the Philadelphia 76ers. Shots. But yeah, let's rock out, man. It's cool. We're gonna recap on hopefully Monday. We can have the crew back, look over these picks. But y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the games. Let's go Colorado. Let's go Commanders. Go Ravens and all that jazz. So should be a good weekend of sports and entertainment. Stay safe, stay warm. Tell the people close to you love them. There's been so much death around people I know around me. Just do not take for granted the people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that more. And I'm not even the biggest family guy, but I recognize like tomorrow is really not promised to nobody. So best of luck to everybody over the weekend. If you ain't got nothing else to do, find yourself a church. And after church, get you something to drink. And it ain't got to be alcoholic, but if it is, that's fine too. And let's watch some football. We are